With a state as big as Texas, you can be sure it has plenty of hidden places. Spots that for some reason or another have managed to fly under the radar. But if people only knew the adventures and stories that these places held, well, they wouldn't be hidden for very long. Places like Graham! This episode was made for y'all with the help of our awesome partners. Check the caption for more info. Graham sits about 90 miles west of DFW. Close, yet far enough to feel like you're getting away from it all. I usually like to start my trips on the square, but today we're grabbing a different perspective. So Graham sits in one of those under-tripped and frankly underappreciated parts of Texas, and I figured that to get the best lay of the land and all the adventures that lie ahead, we should head to the highest point in town. That's Standpipe Mountain. This is Texas's hidden hill country that even has its own mountain range. And from up here, Graham looks perfectly laid out for tripping. Gotta do it for the gram, right? Get it? Who's writing this stuff? It's brilliant! Let's get down in it. This square is the heart of Young County. Its current courthouse was built in 1932 after the previous one burned, leaving only this arch. According to the marketing pamphlet, it's the largest downtown square in America, but we may need to verify that. 2008, 92, 2008, 93, 2008, 94. Okay, so you add up the sides, angle is, for instance, that's 2008, 12 minus the oh yeah, what do you know, the math works out. It is the largest downtown square in America. Congratulations, Graham. Y'all don't have to double check me on that. All right. Since it's early yet, let's grab some breakfast. Ask a local where to eat on the square, and chances are they'll point you right here. Marlene's at the Big Chill. As soon as you walk in, you'll feel a calming wave of Texas hospitality that sounds and smells exactly like eggs and pancakes on a griddle. This is Marlene Horst. Oh, and did I mention they have homemade bread?
It's good.
Right off the first bite, you know that ain't store-bought bread.
Right.
Oh yeah, that is good. It all started when Marlene's husband Ben was on a job in Graham and he saw a sign, a literal for sale sign in the window of the local soda fountain.
He's like, we could do that. And I said, oh, no, we can't. Tried for a couple weeks, prayed about it. And
there you go.
The rest is history.
Well, he's persuasive and he proved you wrong. Marlene's has been here over 20 years because she cares about her customers. It's why they're plastered all over the tables and walls. For her, this place is more than just a hot meal. It's a ministry.
I hug on my people. I love on my people. I prayed with my people up here before.
Oh, yeah?
And I love it. I love to put a smile on people's faces before they leave. That's kind of my goal. If they're not smiling when they come in, they will smile when they leave.
And that's an order, darn it. But with food like this, how could you not smile? What do you think is the best breakfast item on your menu?
Probably our omelets.
Oh.
Probably our Philly cheesesteak omelet and a Weight Watcher omelet.
You haven't seen our show, have you?
No.
You would know that I don't normally go for the Weight Watcher omelet. Philly cheesesteak omelet it is. Ah, look at that. Steak, onions, peppers, cheese. That's a good combination. We can find ways to put steak with every meal. You know, a lot of people just treat steak as a dinner thing. Oh no, steak's an all day, every meal kind of thing. Here's where it's at right here, y'all. Pancakes and omelets. When you can go from main course to dessert, then back to main course and just hop your way back and forth the whole meal. Fluffy little pillow of heaven right there. And now I'm fueled up and ready for tripping. So Graham's history is wrapped up in the history of the frontier and the grandiose cattle drives of the American West. And a lesson on that will require us to head just out of town.
Ooh, what you got there?
Okay, everybody. Graham cracker?
Graham cracker.
You know, when you're coming to Graham, why would you ever want any other snack? Favorite graham cracker involved dessert?
Key lime pie. Key lime
Ah, yes. Homemade graham cracker crust. I mean, anybody gonna say s'mores though?
S'mores is probably number 2. It's a very close follow-up to the key lime.
Yeah. No. Of course, Todd doesn't like s'mores. Todd. So before there was Graham, there was a town and army outpost named Fort Belknap. In the 1850s, it was hopping. Today, it's a glimpse back in time.
Welcome to Fort Belknap. What we have here is about a third of the size of what the actual fort was. We have the barracks back here. We've got 3 of them standing.
So this is where the soldiers would have stayed? Huh?
Yes.
It feels pretty big to think that it was 3 times this big.
Yeah.
That's a large fort.
Yeah, it was.
This is Museum Director Jim Hammond. He helps people grasp what this place was really like on the bleeding edge of the frontier.
The whole reason that the fort was here was because of the Indians. You had peaceful tribes who really kind of learned how to live on the land, but then you had tribes that are warring tribes that the military fought against, like the Comanche and the Kiowa.
At the time, newspapers did a great job of marketing this beautiful land of opportunity. But spoiler alert, fake news.
Once you got out here, just talking to a neighbor, you realize this is deadly land. The military, it became their responsibility to protect the settlers on the frontier.
You kind of try to put yourself in the mind of those settlers. I mean, on any night, they could be facing a raid that comes in and wipes their whole family out.
Yeah, absolutely. Your Comanche Indians are arguably the greatest light cavalry that's ever existed.
Skilled, menacing, deadly. A Comanche warrior on horseback could shoot as many as 16 arrows in 20 seconds, about the same time it takes to load and fire 1 black powder shot.
It happens a lot of times that the Indians are coming down on you and you're shooting, you're trying to reload. Well, they're still coming, you got arrows flying at you.
Yeah.
You get halfway through and you just pull the trigger. Now all you got is a club.
This was the war for the West that can't easily be broken down into good guys and bad guys. Frankly, it's an intriguing, complex mess. But eventually, the settlers did win, pushing the frontier well past this fort.
By this time, they're mining salt in Graham, and that's how Graham develops. And that's kind of the death of Fort Belknap.
Death of Fort Belknap. It became a slowly decaying frontier town until it was rebuilt as a museum.
The history here is so rich that Hollywood figured out. You have a couple of movies, John Wayne movies. You have The Sons of Katie Elder.
Absolutely, classic.
Yeah, The Searchers.
Classic, again,
based on events that happened in Fort Belknap.
The John Wayne classic Sons of Katie Elder is based on a real incident when a couple of horse thieving murderers were being transported to jail and a lynch mob jumped out to deliver frontier justice.
This suit right here was a member of the lynch mob, and he was actually killed in this suit.
Whoa!
The report says he was shot in the head, and I guess for some reason his daughters thought that was a good idea to give this to the museum.
Damn.
So,
oh my gosh!
yeah, he was a little short guy, but
yeah, with a bit of flair. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a flashy suit to wear on the frontier.
yeah.
And of course, we have to mention the most epic Western of all time, Lonesome Dove, based on the real story of the Goodnight Loving Cattle Trail, which started, you guessed it, right here in Fort Belknap.
And a lot of people, they know the story of Charles Goodnight and Oliver Loving, but they don't know where it started at. And you know, Loving's ranch is just 15 miles north of here.
Incredible. Yeah, he's buried in Weatherford.
Yeah.
With his stump leg and everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Crazy. We're standing where real history happened. Not just Hollywood history. But who doesn't love a good costume and theatrical production?
Ready? Fire.
That was the little one?
That was a little one.
All right, let's shoot the big one. This replica cannon is the same as soldiers used on the frontier, and loading it is, well, a wee bit technical. Step 1, carefully remove the spent wadding. So now we got a clean barrel, in theory.
No, not yet, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Be careful of standing for
Yeah. He was talking to me because I got to protect the moneymaker. You guys can, you're fine. Step 2, swab the barrel with a giant Q-tip.
Well, we're doing 2 things right here. We're introducing water and we're taking the air, making a vacuum.
Oh, I see.
To get rid of any flame that would be in there.
Step 3, add the black powder.
That sounded violent for live powder.
Step 4, prepare the fuse.
Y'all are trusting me to do this?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. There it is. He's like, I don't think you did that right.
Step 5, remember this is a live cannon. Be careful.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, I broke the cannon.
Whew, good thing there's only one step left.
All right, Commander, ready?
On my command, ready, fire.
Woo, yeah! Wow, yeah. I could get used to that. That's my job on the frontier.
Now repeat steps 1 through 85.
Fire,
Over and over.
fire.
Woo! I fired a Sherman tank one time, and I think this might have even been more fun.
Nothing quite like history coming to life.
All right, guys, that was fun. Another graham cracker?
Of course. All right, I got a question for you, Chad.
Okay.
Does a graham cracker seem a lot more like a cookie than a cracker to you?
Wow.
What category does it fall in?
I know. You got to be able to put cheese on a cracker, and you're not putting cheese on a graham cracker.
You can put cheese on anything, can't you?
Yeah. Dang, that's a good question.
Deep thoughts.
A little bit of cheese whiz will work.
Cheese whiz could work.
Gross, Todd. Well, for anyone wanting to live the cowboy experience, that's our next stop, the Wildcatter Ranch. No time to waste. Let's hop in the saddle with co-owner and street skipper, Ronnie Rencher, and my trusted steed, Johnny Ringo.
All right, boy, let's go. All right, now, Johnny Ringo. Is this how it's gonna go today? It's gonna be a long horse ride. He's not moving. Oh, here he goes. That's the lead horse. He knows what he's doing. All right.
In the words of Gene Autry and Aerosmith, I'm back in the saddle again. All right, back on the dusty trail. And I realize it's been a little too long since I've been on the old-fashioned kind of horsepower. I've only been riding the modern horsepower. I like this. I like this a lot. The Wildcatter is an 1,100-acre ranch tucked high on the cliffs above the Brazos River. It's a showstopper sort of place.
Wow. This is something else. Oh, yeah. And that like, you turn the corner and suddenly, whoosh, the Brazos River is right there.
It's beautiful, isn't it? One of our favorite spots.
I mean, and we're up on a 7,500-foot cliff?
At least, yes.
What a property.
Yeah, the North Texas Hill Country. No one knows, you know.
That's exactly right.
The land itself is legendary and was originally gifted to an Indian chief who served as an Army scout. And with the Goodnight Loving Trail starting just up the river, well, you can almost imagine 1,000 head of cattle crossing the mighty Brazos.
People just come here to, get away from it all, huh?
Completely get away. There's plenty of land to get out and on your own. You can do what we did today, ride horses. You can take a hike. You can sit in the pool. Whatever you want to do, but you can get away from the city.
This epitomizes really the Texan cowboy.
We think it does.
At the top of the hill, there's a stunning lodge to make it more than a day trip if you want, plus a fantastic steakhouse. But all those things are for another day trip. Today, there's something I'm gonna do that all good cowboys must master.
All right, Clint, what you got for me?
Well, we're down here at the clay range,
All right.
and hopefully we're gonna bust some clays.
Hopefully, right?
But it's been a minute for me. I better get some tips from the master.
Get number 3 there for me.
Okay.
Pull.
Easy enough.
Yeah. Right, yep. Whenever you're ready, just say pull.
All right, pull. Oh! All right, that's it, guys. I shot one. Back to the car.
1 for 1, not bad. But you know what they say about beginner's luck.
Pull. Oh!
It'll trick a man into thinking he's extra skilled
Where was I? I was above it.
Yep.
when he's extra not.
Ah! Pull. Did I nick it? No.
Nope.
Nope. Shot my first one. Got overconfident. and now I've missed every single one of them. Come on, that's how it goes. You're a humbling machine, aren't you, little shotgun?
But never give up, kids.
Oh.
Get him.
All right.
Get him.
Yeah, that was a middle block. All right, that feels pretty good. Felt pretty good. There's a couple dead clay birds out here.
Nice.
Clint, I bet you get a lot of people out here who have never fired shotguns before, huh?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we get a lot of people out here. It's the first time ever picking up a gun before. It's our job to make sure they realize that, you know, yes, guns are dangerous, but if you have a healthy respect for them, they can be a lot of fun as well.
Sure. Man, you're pretty good at this.
Oh, thanks.
You said you could hit 3 of these at once, you think?
It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Well, I'm going to see this happen.
Ready?
Oh!
There
she is. Well done. Impressive. Impressive.
Once you get on a roll, it's very hard to stop.
Oh! Todd, you got insurance on your drone?
Nope.
Okay, just asking. So go ahead, put another clay in there, Clint.
We now interrupt this programming to remind you to like and subscribe. Now back to the road.
All right, guys, I got something to play for you. A little teaser on where we're headed next. We're going to the 90s? Throwback.
Make up your mind. Decide to walk with me around the lake tonight by my side.
All right, Todd, you know the name of the song?
I'm reading right there and it says Possum Kingdom.
Can you guess? Possum Kingdom. And the Toadies, of course, they're a DFW band from Fort Worth. So they wrote this song about this dark guy who like lures girls to Possum Kingdom Lake, but everybody thought it was real. All false.
It's all made up.
Made up, 100% made up. That's
sure.
how every good campfire story starts. You just make
Yep.
something up and start telling it, and then boom, next
Yep.
thing you know.
It's more important to have a good story. Don't you think?
That's right.
It's still a really great song.
I will treat you well, my sweet angel. So help me, Jesus.
And a really great lake, which happens to be our next stop. And local Jack Graham has agreed to be our captain and tour guide.
Man, Jack, I think that there's just too few people who know about Possum Kingdom Lake.
It's one of the most beautiful lakes in Texas, and what's been great about it in the 39 years I've been coming out here, it hasn't been known, and so you don't have a lot of lake traffic, and that's what makes it great.
The cliffs of Possum Kingdom are unrivaled. One formation in particular, known as Hell's Gate. 2 stunning and sheer cliffs that beckon all who dare to enter.
I've heard about this. This is impressive.
Yeah, this is it.
Like, I mean, if you would only think a structure like this would be formed with a river going right through the middle of it, but it's not, right? I mean, this wasn't the river valley.
No, this was an oxbow that came out of the
Okay.
original river channels, and it created this little cove, and this is the place where people congregate on Possum Kingdom.
I got it. To do devilish things, sinister things.
Recreational fun.
The craziest thing that happens here is the Red Bull Cliff Diving World Championship. Now that is insanity.
You ever gone off the top of this?
No.
You know anybody who has?
I have, and I've seen it.
Oh, that's a hard smack.
Which is why it's illegal now, except for professionals. But I bet it's a rush.
Ow! What is this? No, not this guy, man.
Take that, day tripper, and you come back to dance with the devil at the gates of hell.
Oh, come on. Why is he following us around? Yeah, but it's illegal to jump off of these, so I'm not even tempted, devil.
All you have to do is climb up this cliff, and then I'll push you off it. No, I'm kidding. It's cliff jumping is fun.
Oh, gosh. We gotta find some different cliffs. Gotta try it.
Wait.
That's cool.
Wait, where are you going? Oh, you have my trident. Oh, man. You know how hard it is to find a trident on Possum Kingdom Lake? Guess I'll order it off Amazon.
All around the lake, there are shorter cliffs of the legal kind.
All right, so cliff jumping is a very popular pastime here on Possum Kingdom Lake, and as long as you're 20 feet or under, it's totally legal. So, I think there's a cliff right over there that's just right at the limit.
Everything is heavy, and it's too much to carry. Your ground feels too unsteady.
Can't overthink it.
You know, you gotta let it go now. Just another load.
Whoa! God, that's a long way to fall.
A couple more times, for good measure.
Let it go now. Well, you'll never know now. Gonna miss out on the magic when you have it, 'cause you had it all along.
This lake is nothing short of epic. But when you start the day with a big breakfast and blow right through lunch, well, you're guaranteed to be starving for dinner. And where we're headed, well, let's just say it's worth the wait. This is Brothers Smokehouse, cooking and smoking all the good food groups.
My gosh, it is cooking back here,
Yes,
man.
sir. Thank you.
This is crazy. He's making hoagies, he's making burgers, he's making...
Cheesesteak, barbecue sandwiches going, cheese fries, steaks.
And this is co-owner Alan Dixon, whipping up more options than you can shake a cheese stick at. It's Smokehouse heaven.
I think you see a Smokehouse, you go, that's a barbecue joint. Like, it was supposed to be. So how did it become just a restaurant for all?
So being in a small town, we kind of wanted to diversify.
Sure, yeah.
Barbecue's kind of heavy to eat more than once or twice a week.
Right?
And I like to get the repeat customers, so...
Well, it takes training. We'll put it, I mean, you can't eat it every day. It just takes training.
Alan moved out here from DFW with practically his whole family to help open this joint, including his brother-in-law. Hence, Brothers Smokehouse. And while there are a lot of options, the barbecue is still a menu staple.
Get you a little brisket.
A little sweet. I mean, it's still got plenty of salt, pepper, and then chili powder.
A little chili powder,
Yeah.
cumin, garlic, onion.
Ooh. You know, in Central Texas, people salt and pepper, right? That's like the traditional
Just salt, pepper.
way. But I always love finding a change up too, like someone who's throwing a little extra
spice
in there. Yeah.
But maybe the best thing on the menu is one of Alan's steaks, specifically the hand-cut filet.
So our secret is buying quality meat and then kosher salt and black pepper right on the grill.
Really? So while the brisket may have a whole bunch of stuff on it, this is keep it simple.
Just let the filet speak for itself.
Alan learned to cook steak while working at Del Frisco's, one of the fanciest steakhouses in the country. So this is high-end steak, country comfort.
So I'm in Graham and I'm having this like steakhouse experience. I got a wedge salad and a filet mignon.
You're cultured.
I'm a very cultured man here. Mignon, I think that's how you say it. It's a filet mignon. All right, here we go. The heavens are opening. How's that? How is that? It like melts like chocolate in my mouth. Garlicky, buttery, meaty chocolate. Oh, that's so good. John Mark, you a medium rare, man?
Yes, I am.
That's the correct answer. There's only 3 ways to possibly cook a steak. Rare, medium rare, and ruined. I think people who know how to cook steak, it doesn't so much matter what cooking surface you give them. They're gonna just nail it. And I always love a good wedge salad because it requires a steak knife to eat it.
Hidden hills, hidden steak, hidden entrances to Hades. Okay, not really. But from the history to the hospitality, Graham's truly a town that's as Texan as they come. So there's no need to hide. Just trip on in and say howdy. All right, guys, so I figured we would finish off an epic Texas day trip with another epic Texas icon. So I will see all y'all out on the road. Vaya con Dios, amigos. Oh, wait. Yes. Graham crackers. Perfect movie snack. Howdy, y'all. Follow along with my adventures at Chet Tripper on Instagram and at The Day Tripper TV on Facebook and YouTube. Or head to thedaytripper.com for travel guides, past episodes, and info on our mobile app and Team Day Tripper. This episode was made for y'all with the help of our awesome partners. Check the caption for more info. Howdy y'all, Chet the Day Tripper here. Thanks so much for tripping with us. Remember, while you're here, like this video, subscribe to our channel so that we can stay out there on the road and keep on tripping. Did we miss anything in this town? Leave us a comment, let us know. We love finding out about new stops with all of your tips. And if you love Epic Texas Day Trips, remember to check our channel. We got a lot of them on there. Also, don't forget, if you want some sweet Day Tripper merch or another cool Texas-made product, come see us in Georgetown at the Day Tripper World Headquarters. You can also shop online if you check the link down there in the caption. All right, y'all. Bye con Dios, amigos.